And probably the first thing I want to say, as probably you can understand, I'm not from Portugal. I'm originally from Belgium, which is especially a very small country. And in Belgium there are some particularities. That means I'm from the northern part of Belgium, which we speak Flemish. Flemish is a language which is not widely used in the world. This gives you already a predetermination. What this means, I give you later. Then during my education I studied almost everything what was related to numbers, science, things which were controllable and all these kind of things. And all this of course influenced me in a way that at a certain moment emotions were also related with numbers and all these kind of things. And then when you come to personal relationships, then it gives you some challenges later on. And I studied engineering, which is still more technical. And this was very good because I was quite an expert in maths. But that means that when you are developing this kind of muscles in your brain, then others might fall a little bit short. And this is also something which gave me some challenges later on my business career and so on. In entrepreneurship, I can say I always felt, even working in a company, always felt that I had to do something individually. That means I never felt that I was working in a company. And the moments in life that I felt I was really working to work, then I didn't feel good. It gave me discomfort. And at a certain moment I took a decision in my life and say, Ronald, when you feel this once again, quit and do something else. So I think my experience in entrepreneurship, or as well as in business, as in non-governmental organizations like Junior Chamber International, for example, which is an organization which has lots of entrepreneurs all over the world in 110 countries, and where I really understood what entrepreneurship means. That means is doing things because you believe in it. And one of the main reasons what I discovered was your why must be extremely important and valuable. And this is something what I always looked for. And even when I started as a sales engineer in the company, and I was almost 100% free to dispose my time. My boss just said, my mentor, Rob, just said, you have to achieve results. And how you do this, if you need to work, like everyone say, 2 hours a day, or you work 16, like some others do, I don't care. If you produce the results, and I think this is a difference in mindset. So my experience as an entrepreneur later on, and then business to business, business to consumer, and in different kinds of markets. And I tried different kinds of markets, and it was not only a success story. And I think it's normal to tell this is not only a success story, because you are so focused and you want to give your utmost and you work hard, but sometimes you do not realize what's going on around you. So this is also, I think, a very important experience. So, but I have some experience in business to business, I have experience in business to consumer, non-governmental experience, and everything has to do with you have to lean in one way with people, and not the difference between management and leadership. Entrepreneur, I think it's 80% leadership and 20% management. Most people do not like to speak about their failures or what society calls failures or obstacles, but I think it's part of all the game. And I always compare this with the climb to the top, to the summit or something like that. There are moments when everything goes very sweet, smooth, and there are moments when you have really some hard times. And the hard times are mostly related with the person who you are. I think one of my main obstacles was at a certain time a really high self-esteem. I was so convinced about having success that I even didn't put aside or didn't reflect on that things would not go the way I thought, and completely ignoring other people. And it's hard to say that, and it's hard to admit, but I think it's better to admit it than to deny things. Another part is I have no patience. I want things realized now, at this moment, and immediately, and 100% done. And this is also something which sometimes doesn't give you immediately the results or the success you expect. Then another thing might be that everything which is related to be too sure or doing things too soon without giving you the chance to get experience. Many times in my career I thought I'm ready for this, and I blow myself up to convince myself that we're ready for this, and then at the end you are not ready. So you have yourself allow time. My first boss said, Ronald, you don't need to be a top manager at 30. You have still a little bit more time. But not because he said that I believed it. And it's not what people say, but it's what we put in our head, what makes. Another thing I think is not really analyzing things coldly and fresh, because you are so focused, so convinced of yourself, you do not see the other options which are available, you don't listen to people, and you start doing things and rushing up and things. So you have to do things, and later on understood this very well, and now I teach this to other people, to other entrepreneurs. You have to understand that creating a process takes time, and you have to fulfill all the steps of the process. I once told someone about the movement of the 80s, which was a slow movement, which was basically based on the metaphor that a ballerina makes a nice pirouette and turns 3 times. All of this is composed of small actions which you can do effortless, but you have to do them consequently, all in sequence, and you cannot forget to do once, and you have all to accomplish them at 100% of the result. And I think this is normally some obstacles we discover. Of course, there is the general obstacle, you say, the economic climate, but I don't believe in it. That's because this is something, as we find something which gives us an excuse why we cannot achieve things, and we are human beings, we are very specialist in this, then we will find one. Nature in this is very fair. When you point a finger to someone, 3 goes to you. And this you have to understand, that you're 75% at least responsible for everything what you do in life. Unless you do, even if you do not think so, because you might 100 reasons. If you understand this, you apply this, then you have to find a way to make it work. This is of course for me a tricky question, because I'm working in Portugal, but I'm not Portuguese, and I might see things in a different way. But in general, I must say that Portuguese entrepreneurs do a lot of things very well. And especially the last years, I saw lots of progress. And I think this has everything to do also with the global concept which we have in entrepreneurship, with all the new initiatives which have come arise, and all these things, and all the tools which have been created through the internet, which gives entrepreneurs really great tools to make difficult things very easy. But one of the things I often feel and lack a little bit, this is the spirit of sharing, the spirit of respecting the others. And if I can do something well, why I would not teach this to someone else? Why would not what we know well help others to achieve this? And I found this also when I studied the 8 Habits of Stephen Covey, discovering your voice and helping others to discover theirs. That's especially when you discover your voice, you must inspire others to do the same. Otherwise, why did you discover your voice? To keep it for yourself, to go back to the planets of the apes, to say, I am great. I think we should more share things. We should more have a unifying mentality, an attitude, and understand that if I live well, why can my neighbor not live well? Why must I kill my competition? Because when we, as market players, when you communicate better, and you see this in lots of other countries, when you communicate it better, the market grows and the potential for all the market players grows. And I think this is very important. Another thing I think that might still have some space for improvement is strategy. I think a lot of entrepreneurs are still doing things with a why which might have a different accent. Which is not only getting more money, getting more power, having a great life, but really the opportunity to, I do things because I believe in what I'm doing, and in that way, in a strategic way, contributing to help Portugal lift and build a new image for Portugal. One of the ideas might be that we are all going to start to be a little bit more specific on things. Specific, and this can be already starting with small cities. Specialized industries, and yeah, we say, you go back to before the world wars, and so probably good, you should go back to the world war. But have an example as my country, as my part, my region, Flanders, where we as a very small part, we specialized in it, and the small and medium-sized companies, they were started to be so specialized that they are now the best in Europe and in the world. And Portugal can do exactly the same. And Portugal has still all the possibilities, agriculture, go back to the primary sector, which can be specializing a village which is specialized in one kind of culture, and another village specialized in one kind of technology. And all the entrepreneurs, the small and medium-sized, or even the micro companies, helping to build this image. And of course, all will benefit from this.